space consistent. And so all they start seeing are the pictures,
Right.
which are straight from the soldiers' pocket phones, which aren't from the news that George Bush was giving us with the America, Team America theme song. Every time he marked out on the stage, it was Team America,
God
right?
Damn it.
You could just hear him talking as the bombs they're falling on Baghdad in the background, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna bring liberation to these little...
Okay, I think I got all set up actually, so I think we're good to go.
Okay, well, I'll shut up and let you lead then.
Just gonna give me a quick audio test here.
You're not a cop, are you?
Fuck no.
Okay, because you never know nowadays.
I'm an artist, dude. That's all I am. I'm just trying to create shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only here for a short time, and money's worthless, and like happiness is it to me, and like sharing people's stories, getting people to change their mind on things, Like, I think you're the perfect first interview too, like.
Well, we'll see what you think by the end of it. You might think I'm a nut job by the end of it.
Hey,
End up doing the dancing of Cthulhu out here in the fucking Parker's.
Okay.
Here, we can get that the hell out of the way.
Start with some simple stuff.
Oh, good.
All right. What's your name and your age?
My name is Thomas Anthony Dean Hayes. I'm 54 right now. I'll be 55 in the end of November.
I'm Abby Truninger, and I am 28.
I go by Gertrude Bell, and I'm going to be 72 this year.
My name is Alex, and I'm 23.
I'm Isaiah, and I'm 23, but a week older than him.
My name's Peter. I'm 23. I don't know where I am. I'm the youngest, yeah.
Where all have you lived?
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, we started out in Missouri. I was a ward of the state of Missouri from 8 months to 17 years old. The story that my parents gave me is that they were encouraged to breed. I'm not born yet.
No, that's a thing.
They said they were encouraged to breed and that a male child would be taken care of if it was born. I was born, I was turned over to the state, I was taken care of till I was 17 years old. The first 8, I was with my grandparents, my maternal grandparent, and I stayed there until I had a barbiturate overdose at age 8. Where I turned bright blue and puked up green foam, according to the medic.
Well, I'm glad you're still here.
I had died, and there had been, the medic had broke my sternum. He said he kept the defibrillator going between Canton, Missouri and Quincy, Illinois with the paddle to make sure that the heart kept going. And when he got to the hospital, he quit. He called his wife and said, I'm fucking done, right?
That was the end line. Right there.
Right, there was 6 weeks of coma, and when I came out, I went through from 8 to 15 what they call mental reconditioning treatment, which I don't know if you've ever seen any of the horrible old 50s like horror movies.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where they put the gluey things on your head and they make you watch the flashy like army training video screens. Yeah, there was a lot of that. There's a place called St. Elizabeth's in Hannibal, Missouri that got tore down. It had been found to be doing horrible things to kids, and a few other places around and about that were found to do horrible things to kids. The last big one was Chaddock. It was still Chaddock School. They had just switched from Chaddock Boys School to Chaddock School. It had been a training camp for military soldiers back during the Civil War that had been converted to a boys' school and a reform school and da-da-da-da. So it was a fun place. That was where I first encountered marijuana. Me and this fellow tenant who happened to be from South Chicago. I was about 15, he's about 14, but he was like 6'4". And he called me something like stupid cracker or something, and I jumped up to exchange the comment for him, and he caught me square by the collar and the belt and threw me right into the door jamb and broke my collarbone.
And how old were you at that point?
I was at 15. I just slid down the door jamb like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, like in the movies, right?
Right. Later on, he gave me a joint, a pack of Marlboro, and a copy of Black Sabbath and made sure I got alone in the basement to smoke the joint, listen to the Black Sabbath. He said,
That's a good combo, I think.
yeah, he said, just don't come up until you're done, right? And that changed everything.
I always thought it was like an ironic thing that Black Sabbath, like it sounds like it's an evil thing. Everyone looks at it like, you know, the Prince of Darkness and stuff, but he's singing about politics. And
A lot of them, yeah, they got to. They run out of you can only sing about the Prince of Darkness so many fucking times.
right.
You know?
And he played a Woodstock, right? The Black Sabbath.
I think, hell, I was
Yeah.
born in '68, so.
Oh, well.
So that was, you know, like what I heard anyway, the beginning of the Ophiuchus zodiac.
Okay.
There's now 13 zodiacs because everything moves as we move through the cosmos, right?
It all shifts.
It all shifts. So now we've got this one that sticks in between Sagittarius and Scorpio for just about 10 days in there so far, but it's going to get bigger allegedly. Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm not really out there staring up with a star scope or anything, but that's what they say. They seem to know everything, so what the hell, right?
Who knows?
Who knows, man?
Let's see. What is your biggest loss in your life?
I wish it was a material possession. That would be easy to describe.
Yeah, take it as you will. You know. I left that kind of open.
I wish it was material, but I don't know. I'd never really tried to think about the biggest loss. I'm still thinking I might get my ass back into school by the end of the year here and get a master's and finish up a PhD before it's all over.
So you're thinking about the biggest gains, not the biggest losses.
Right.
Yeah,
I still all
totally.
the shit that all the material stuff, the certificates and medals and all the crap, all that's gone. But I can, if I need to, I can always reproduce it. You know, it's not like it's.
And it's in a record book somewhere. You know.
Somewhere. You just got to dig hard enough.
Right.
It's like that All-State Academic Award. Gary Locke didn't want that one out there too much because when I showed up at the award ceremony, I wore an AIM t-shirt. I got that picture. That's great. I got the 2004 All-State Academic Award, and I'm wearing an AIM t-shirt. There's this white guy wearing an AIM shirt shaking the Chinese governor's hand with my black college female president in front of me. I think it's a perfect picture. Nobody can ever call me racist again.
People will, though.
They try. Even today, they still try. It's like, what the hell?
Let's see. Do you fear death?
I don't know. I think when it's right there, you start getting all freaked out about it. I had a moment when I got to quit drinking in, what was it, 04. I decided maybe drinking wasn't the way to go anymore. Because I was doing the 151 for breakfast, and I was just drinking all through the day. And then one night, the 4 separate little ventricle thingies, they all had their each little moment, their own little rhythm going. Right, so I didn't want to move a finger.
Yeah. You felt that. You felt that in your body too. So in that moment,
You just lay there and you think about it very fucking seriously at that moment, right?
like this could be over. This is my last sight I see.
And I thought, oh fuck, maybe drinking's not what I want to be doing.
Right.
So I thought maybe I should get up and do something different. And I was an avid reader up to that point, so I thought, well, what the hell? Let's go back and just finish school. Let's give that a shot.
Anyway.
And it worked. I walked through the door, and they damn near, like the first semester, they made me president of the Honor Society, and we won all the awards and everything. It was. We even lost one of our officers. She died of cancer. And she was young and pretty, but cancer, it gets them.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. Let's see. Are you a hunter or a gatherer?
Oh, I don't know. I'd like to think I'm more of a pirate.
A pirate.
Well, isn't the daily motto plunder or be plundered?
No. Plunder or be plundered.
That's pretty much the daily motto, right?
I like that. Where would you go? If you could travel with the time machine, where was the first spot you would go? Future, past, where would that be?
There's a church down in Mérida, Mexico. I even got pictures of that in here. I've been digging through some of my old files, finding some old pictures. But this church, when the Spanish first got to the Yucatan down there, to Mérida, they found the locals, and they found this pretty pink pyramid on one side of the town square, made out of nice stones and all that. And they said, well, that's awesome. You guys ought to build us a church out of that pyramid. And they said, well, fuck you. We're not tearing down our pyramid and building you a church. They said, well, here's some shackles and chains and some collars and whips. I bet you will. And they got them to tear down their pyramid and build them a church using the rocks.
Got them to do it.
Right, got them to do it. The ones who refused to do it, got them to do it. Okay, that was my first response. Being from Missouri, I'm already scratching my head at this story, right? And they got them to build the church, and when they were done, out in the middle, there's a big stone, the stone in the middle of the square. They put the right arms, the left legs, the right legs, and the heads on sticks all around the stone that they beheaded them all on as a testament to Mary's mercy that the others who had bowed down to the church hadn't been. And I was just like, question.
So you go back there and try to.
I think that would be fun to like drop in like the Terminator or something about there, you know.
Bring one of our modern kind of weapons.
Right, or maybe that big three-headed dragon off the Godzilla thing that shows up in Mexico. What is that? Ghidorah or whatever it is, the big.
Right. Maybe that was you.
Maybe it could be.
Let's see.
I could explain the split personality disorder.
The three heads. Why do you think only a small percentage of employees make over $100,000?
Because I don't think they can do basic math. There's 1% of the population that has all the money, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, just like we taught them in Canton, and you can double check your history books. Canton in Missouri was the site of the first slave stampede. We had to teach them to run. I know that sounds pathetic, but they had to be taught to run. And when the first ones ran, they ran in 20 armed men, caught 30 escaped slaves and said, you might want to go home now. And they said, okay. So they went home and they told all their buddies, well, fuck, I made it over there. He made it over there. I bet if all of us take off in different directions, they can't get all of us. And the slave stampedes spread out of Canton like fucking fire all through that area. And before long, they're not running away. They're running back at the house because they done figured out where all the guns and the resources are back at the house. Why run away from it? Fuck it, let's go get it.
Let's take back.
Let's take back the shit. If there's 1% of the population that has everything, it's pretty simple math to think that 99 to 1 might have a chance.
Right.
I don't give a shit what kind of drones they got. All that shit gets shut off with the sound waves anyway.
Right.
They tried that in Seattle on the protesters for the WTO. That was the 31st birthday party for me. Or at least I celebrated anyway by going to the big WTO party. And they brought out the big sound cannons. On the back of the semi truck, they got a big pole with a bunch of little rings. And when they pick it up, it looks like something out of the fucking Jetsons. And they start, woo! And all them fucking buildings start doing all that glass.
Seismic earthquake.
And they had to shut that shit off in a lickety split because all that glass, whoever was on the ground was about to get rained down on with a whole bunch of fucking glass. So they can't use it in urban areas.
Right.
Out in like the field somewhere they probably could. But they shut that off and switched to the water hoses and billy clubs. So that was fun. They just had the shields making a line. In between the shields was the fire hoses. Out in front's the guys with the billy clubs. And it's just, they just move down the street. And
how weird, dude.
That was like 7 to 10 days they shut the city down.
Really?
There was the tear gas at the end of it because it was mayor lock then. And he was getting the complaints from South Seattle where all the rich folks are that the wind was blowing all the tear gas down there. And they're like, fuck, our kids are going to school and a big rain of tear gas. Stop this shit already. And so he said, okay, here's what we're going to do, everybody. Here's the deal. No more cops. We're not sending in no more cops, none of that. Next thing we send in is National Guard. He said, we're just going to pinch her right down towards the bay. We're just going to push everybody right off in the water, and we're going to be done with the protest. He said, so we'll give you guys, till tomorrow. How's that? You make up your mind. Otherwise, we're sitting in the National Guard.
Yeah, the next step, right?
And so the protesters are like, eh. Probably go home
yeah.
now, Bob.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh, hell.
I'm actually.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're. So somewhere.
I'm uncertain. I'm not sure my younger self would have listened to any advice. Having been released from the wardship of the grand state of Missouri at 17, I was set on fire from the ass out. I was on a run right out of that state as far as I could get. And so anything bizarre and strange, I was en route for.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think that anything you could say to yourself would actually?
No, I ended up going up to Minneapolis and living with strippers and coke dealers and all that for a long time. And
was that did you enjoy that? Like, would you tell yourself not to do that, or?
Oh, I learned not to trust a lot of women as much as I might have. I got
at least some strippers.
Got to see what they're capable of anyway. Them truckers are stupid. They'll follow them right into the fucking hotel rooms.
Yeah. Let's see. What would you do if you had to work but you didn't need the money? You had all the money but you still had to work.
Oh, I still had to work?
Yeah, you still had to work but you had all the money that you needed.
Oh, I get to pick the occupation?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, well, hell. But we're on camera, so we got to be good.
You can be as good as you want to be, man.
You
You know?
Hey, you got to do whatever you got to do to make the
Free
money.
speech, dude.
Oh, what would you do?
If you didn't need the money.
I didn't need the money. Oh, hell's monkeys. What would I do? Probably encourage artistic expression, however that might manifest.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, until you see some of what my artistic expression was, you may not think it was so beautiful. But remember,
you know, in my opinion, unless it's hurting somebody else.
the time period it needed to be seen.
Right.
And I don't know if you're familiar with the lady, Selma Waldman was an artist. She's a Jewish artist. She lived up in Seattle until about, 79, somewhere she died off. But she found the posters that we had done and took them as part of her. She had a display over at the Museum of War in 07 and took them as part of her display. And I was just stunned, fucking flabbergasted, because here we've been doing them for 4 years every week.
No recognition or anything.
And just, we've been spreading them. They go out we put them out on an email because they're a picture and nobody's checking pictures yet at that point. Right? As long as it's a picture, nobody gives a shit. So I Word document to PDF to picture to email, and the cops, nobody would check.
Right.
And so it would go to the kids when they went home from school, and they'd take it to, we had 7 different countries, 11 languages.
What was the image of?
Oh, here.
Tell this camera here and the
boy.
people at home one piece of wisdom that you want them to take.
If it's got tits, you can't trust it.
So don't trust any women?
I didn't say women, that is general
Just with
mammals.
tits. Okay.
Just with tits.
Any titted animal.
Any titted animal, don't trust it.
Okay. And let's do one final. Did you enjoy this experience? Was this interesting to you at all? Or?
Yeah, this is better than sitting here smoking weed by myself. At least I got you to go off camera at least once.
That's awesome.
I know, right? And when you actually start double checking all this shit, you're gonna probably want to get a hold of me at some point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your number.
Yeah.
And I'll send you this video when it's done too, so you can watch it.
Oh, that'll be fun. Then I can get that video emailed to you. The
Exactly.
why can't we all just get along?
Yeah, I'll totally watch that, and I'll put a link to it in this
Well,
video. When I
the
upload it.
links in the video are dead now. There was a Safe Action Seattle that tried to help after I got jumped, but they fucking lost everybody.
Of course.
Yeah, so. But they might need a little video editing. So if you're into that, we can.
I am into that, yeah.
Hey, there you go, man.
Do you want me looking at the camera? Or am I talking
Yeah,
to
you can look at me.
Okay.
That's fun. Because I don't know. I was looking up how to do it, and some people are like, you can put the camera here, but a lot of people get awkward, like
Yeah.
staring at a camera or something like that. So All right. First off, what is your name and your age?
I'm Abby Truninger, and I am 28. I almost said 27, and that was not right.
I still do that. Actually, my birthday's coming up soon, so I'm
awesome.
I'm still stuck in like 26, and I'm like, I'm 27, no, I'm 28. I don't know what I am anymore. Where all have you lived?
Ooh. I grew up outside of Pittsburgh. I went to school in Ohio, and then I took a job that had me move every year for 5 years. So I moved here 2017, Charlotte, North Carolina 2018, Pittsburgh 2019, and then back here in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like it here?
I do. I'm actually moving to Ohio in 2 months.
Are you excited?
I'm excited because I'm going back to school.
Oh, okay.
Ohio wasn't really my first choice of location
What
because I like
school
it
do you
here a
do?
lot. I'm going to school to be a physical therapist.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Helping people.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm hopefully not hurting them. That's, one quirky fact about you that many people might not know.
Quirky fact.
Or an interesting fact.
Just like fun facts. I stepped on a stingray one time and like got stung and like had like the neurotoxin effect. That's probably my favorite fun fact.
Did it get, like, what did it do?
It was terrible.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a full body pain.
Oh. So you're just like on the ground, just like can't move kind of
Yeah.
thing? Or, yeah.
Well, I thought I stepped on a crab, so I was confused as to why my entire body hurt, you know. But sorry, bunker might blow out your speakers.
No, it's fine. I'm probably going to cut all this stuff way down.
Okay.
if I get enough people.
There you go.
What are your hobbies?
I like to trail run, and I like to bake and read books. Those are probably the big three.
Those are all very good hobbies.
Yeah, fun stuff.
What is your biggest loss?
My biggest loss. Ooh. I don't know. I feel like I'm really lucky to. I'm not sure.
And you know, I left it kind of open-ended.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I feel really lucky that I don't have anything that sticks out like really big in my mind. You know, I'd say probably, you know, people who have died in my life, but I don't know. I haven't had any like personal tragedy recently.
That's good.
Fortunate. Yeah.
Very fortunate. Do you fear death?
Not really. No. And like I said, I had people die in my life. I had a lot of people in my family die when I was young. So it was from like a very young age.
So just kind of distant
like
memories.
That exposure.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Or
yeah, I
just-
guess exposure to it. You know?
Yeah. My cousin, who was the same age as me, died when she was 9, and I think I was 8 at the time. So it was also like, everybody always says like, oh, I feel like I'm invincible because I'm like young, and I was like, I don't think I ever really felt that way, you know?
Right.
That was a long time ago, but yeah, definitely a lesson that sticks with you.
Do you consider yourself a hunter or a gatherer?
Probably a gatherer. I'm actually a vegetarian because I feel like if I can't kill it, I shouldn't eat it. And I feel like I can't kill things, so.
I'm actually vegetarian too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been vegetarian for 7 years now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Similar.
It's the same kind of idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I'm not gonna kill it, if I can't do the thing, it doesn't make me feel good. You know, just
Right. Yeah.
Like even when people do it humanely, like people, you know, like it used to be about the corporations and
Yeah.
about that kind of stuff, but now I'm just like I don't want to
Can't
hurt
do it at all.
animals.
Yeah.
I've become friends with cows. I don't want to eat them. You know, like even if like our pets died naturally, I wouldn't eat them. You know, it's like why would we ever do that? And we have the ability not to.
Right. I feel like for me, it's there's like a couple animals that I feel like I would never eat again, and pigs are definitely on that list because they're like dogs.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Every time I drive up near Salem, there's a pig slaughterhouse up there.
Oh.
It just stinks.
Yeah.
You have to turn off all your air conditioning. It's like
It's not pleasant.
it's not good.
Yeah. It's not very
What do you
nice.
think of garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes. I'd say I'm pro garden gnome. I don't own any of them on my own, but yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I remember one time in college, I was talking to a guy that worked in the department I was a student in, and I was talking to him about his wife, and he's like, yeah, for a living she makes fairy gardens. I was like, I didn't know that was like a profession, but
Yeah, as you get older, you realize the amount of odd jobs
yeah.
that are out there.
Yeah. I'm not sure how well fairy gardening does. Like,
maybe his the husband
Yeah, he
provided.
might have been bringing in the money.
A little more of a
But it was
hobby.
pretty cool.
Right, yeah, totally. You can't say you've met many people that have done that. Let's see what else I got on here. Not many more. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh. Oh, this is generic. Probably just not to worry so much. Like to have a little bit more faith in myself, and not necessarily that things will always work out, but you'll figure it out when they don't.
That's good advice.
Thanks.
What would you do if you didn't need the money, but you had to work?
That's a good question. I got to be a trail running instructor for a little bit this year,
Okay.
and that was pretty cool. And if I could do that more consistently, that would be awesome. But that doesn't pay great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm going back to school, switching careers right now, and financially, it's not the best decision. But I think it'll be something that's a little bit more aligned with, what I enjoy.
Yeah, there's that balance, right?
Yeah.
Between like what you really love and what makes money.
Sure.
Trying to find some kind of something.
Yeah.
I feel that. Let's see. All right, just 2 more questions here. If you could tell the camera and the people that are potentially watching at home one piece of wisdom that you think they should know.
Oh, okay. I think advice that I like is some advice is bad advice. So everybody always likes to give you their unsolicited opinion on what you do in your life, and sometimes it's helpful, but sometimes it's bad, and you know best.
I like that. I've heard that too. It's like, and I've also heard that people tend to give out advice that they should follow. Like they should live that in their life, but they're telling everyone else to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
And one last question: did you enjoy this experience? Was this fun?
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah.
I think, like I told you, I was just wandering around trying to kill an hour until I can go home, and this was better than sitting in my car.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll actually get your number.
Yeah,
too,
sure.
I don't know if you ever want.
Because nobody's usually allowed to take my picture.
Really?
Yes.
I do feel quite
Yeah, so this is
privileged.
and I'll give you my email address and you can send me
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
a copy.
I would love to. All right, I'm gonna stand over here just so we're not looking at the camera.
Okay.
All right, basic. What is your name and your age?
I go by Gertrude Bell,
Okay.
and I'm going to be 72 this year.
How does that feel?
Feels okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt today.
Yeah. Today.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt today.
That's good. Where all have you lived?
I've been in Oregon in this area for 31 years.
31 years.
Yeah,
What about before that?
California.
Yeah. West Coast girl.
No, not really. I'm from Exit 9 in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So East Coast girl moved West Coast.
Yeah, I made it to the West Coast in '74.
Okay.
And then migrated north.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And actually, do you want to say hi, hello from really quick?
Hi, hello.
Oh, that's perfect.
Check your sound levels.
Yeah, there's so much going on with the video and the audio and the talking. Like, I'm distracted, One quirky fact about you.
Oh, I used to embalm
Embalm.
dead bodies.
Oh, how was that?
It was a buck. I grew
Yeah.
up with a mortician that was related to my father and started out doing hair. And then one time when I was between...
Started out doing hair. And
Yeah,
ended up
when-
with dead people's hair.
Yeah, I wound up doing dead people's hair is what
Made it more entertaining.
what I got tackled for. But in later years, it came in handy when I was out of work and looking for a place to live because the
Right.
mortuary was hiring embalmers with an apartment, and it was good pay.
Yeah, there's probably not that many people who do that.
No, and that was like in the early days of AIDS too. Once I figured out what AIDS was, I got out of that business.
Yeah, no more touching.
No.
Cremation time.
Yeah, cremation. Burn.
Yeah.
Toast them.
What are your hobbies?
I have no hobbies.
No hobbies. Hanging out.
I read a lot.
And you said you baked a cake or something?
I bake, I cook. I cook real food every day.
That's good. You don't,
Yeah.
you don't eat out, or do
No.
you like to eat out?
I don't mind
for
eating
free.
out. I like going out and grabbing some sushi sometimes, but I cook better than most of these places. Like, why spend $20 on a cheeseburger?
Right. Yeah. for
Duh.
real.
I don't get it.
What is your biggest loss in your life?
I won't answer that online.
Deal. Do you fear death?
No, not at all.
I like how quick you were with that.
No, not at all. I'm really tired of these fucking doctors always finding something wrong with you and then saying, oh, well, we'll just fix this and you'll get another 5 years. I was saying, man, my family lives into their 90s. I mean, you know, my body's been worn out. I did extreme sports before they were called extreme sports. No, I don't want to push the envelope.
Right.
I'm happy.
Yeah, like you welcome
Yeah,
it.
I'm a Buddhist too, so
Yeah.
it changes the whole perspective.
Totally. Yeah, there is no death. This is a
Yeah,
transformation
it's
process.
just something else is coming on down the line. Maybe,
Right.
maybe not.
And who cares? And
And who cares if you're dead?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. People hold on to the physical form so much, or any form. They hold on to any concepts. I think,
Concepts
so.
is stuff. People,
Yeah.
you know, people have relationships with their belongings and they become hoarders and shit
Right.
like that. You know, it's like,
disease and material possessions for sure.
eh.
And holding on to people too. I think I've met some people that are just like so torn over a death. It's just, you know, I don't think it's wrong to mourn per se, but I think, in my opinion, it's a good thing that we move on.
You know, at a certain age, you've seen a lot of deaths,
Yeah.
okay? And your friends are sifted away, and then we had COVID and all this other stuff. So I'm impacted by a friend's or a lover's death, but it's not going to throw me out.
It's not going to make you die of heartbreak or.
You
or
know,
what they
I
say.
won't die. You know, it's Buddhists think that life is filled with suffering, but it doesn't have to be painful.
Oh, interesting. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Do you consider yourself a hunter or a gatherer?
There was a period in my life when I was a hunter, but I'm an abject gatherer now because I like dumpster diving on a good dumpster when students move out.
Yeah.
I like thugging plants from public planning. So yeah, I just
My fiance does that too. Yeah.
Okay, good woman.
Whenever we walk by somewhere, she's like, "I don't have that one."
yeah. Oh no, I mean I go.
That's too funny.
It's got scissors.
And a little trimming, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found this beautiful magnolia across the street from where we live, and we're like, hey, let's just take a branch. And then we started growing the magnolia.
Did you get it sprouted?
We did. It worked. Now
This is a good time of year to do that stuff with lilacs and everything too.
Yeah, that was our first time doing that in that method, so it was pretty exciting.
Cool.
So we have a little tree growing to see how. We don't have a home or anything to put it, so it's just gonna remain in a pot. But
Okay, well
know,
it's
it
movable.
works. Yeah. What do you think about garden gnomes?
Okay, I have a long relationship with garden gnomes. I welcomed some refugee garden gnomes from Philomath into my yard about 12, 15 years ago, and they were in the gnome protection program, and they had to get out of Philomath. And they stayed with me as long as I was in my last place. And then I passed them on to my daughter, who also protects them. But I also have little garden gnomes in my flower pots, little tiny ones this big.
That's very cute.
Yes.
That's interesting. The other two people I asked were like, no opinion. I think they're pretty cute. Like,
I think they're cool.
Anything that adds a little bit of like spark and happiness to
Yeah,
to things, you know.
it's all about the ambiance.
Right.
And the aesthetics and the level. I have a mini altar outside my door. People decorate with crosses and religious stuff. And I have a stone Buddha from my garden that I will not give up. I have half a Chinese tombstone. And I've got dinosaurs with little garden gnomes doing stuff.
Like riding the dinosaur?
Batman rides the dinosaur.
Okay.
The Stegosaurus is eating this small woman in her head in his mouth.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Let's see. Where would you travel to if you had a time machine? Future or past? or if you would at all.
Nah, I like the present. I like the conveniences of Western society and all of that stuff. Yeah, I think the Great Western Expansion and all the romance of killing the buffaloes and herding the Indians into concentration camps, you know, is a fascinating period of time, but I would not want to live there.
Right. I mean, especially with the rights of everyone too, you know.
Yeah, right.
From black people to women to
Yeah, everything,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't, you know, with conservatism taking over the planet, I don't want to be forced go into the future where it could be
Right.
Handmaid's Tale.
We don't know. That's the thing about the future is it could be anything.
Yeah,
So-
careful what you wish for.
Right. Yeah. Just rather stay here with what we know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about the human face?
Depends on the face. Like, you've got great eyeglasses, good eyes, and a decent beard. You look like my non-grandson.
Okay.
But I don't react to faces. I'm pretty much face blind. I'm
More personality.
more
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. But that's how my fiance always says. She's like, you're handsome, but like I'm with you because
Because of, yeah.
X, Y, Z. You know.
And I always say that the brain is the human being's largest sex organ. Okay?
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
It's true. It's true. Tell me your best joke.
I only remember one joke, and it's not politically correct.
Okay. Well, we can skip it if you want to.
Yeah, we have to skip it.
Okay. Skip. Why do you think only a small percentage of people make over $100,000?
Oh, because the fucking capitalist goddamn system, we should burn it down. I'm a food not bombs kind of person. I mean, I grew up in the late 50s, early 60s, when my immigrant parents had union jobs. You know? So yeah, I think it's the capitalist motherfuckers.
Just greed. Just pure greed.
Just pure greed.
Yeah.
There's never enough.
I agree. Yeah, like, you know, like companies could be good if they actually were in it for the people, like for the actual people. I also agree with you, just the entire system of capitalism is flawed.
It's totally flawed. And the only thing that makes capitalism to me palatable in this country is the buffering that our social programs do to it. But
yeah, see, it's funny when people say they're not socialists. I'm like, okay, so you don't like the police department? Oh, so you don't like the fire department? You don't like the library? What about public schools? It's like all these things are social.
well, not every kid gets to read Howard Zinn before he's 18.
Yeah. They're also legalizing books nowadays in schools. You know, they're taking away these politically correct books like 1984 or Animal Farm.
It's just it just like it blows me away. They're into
scary.
controlling the library and my ovaries. I mean, you know, duh.
Yeah, and it's all white men, right?
What
It's
can
all
be
old white
what
men.
can be good about this?
Yeah, and it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
so you
their
got an
design
old
is.
gray-haired screaming liberal that you didn't realize. You thought, hey, this is just like one of the old crazy people from Faulty Towers.
I'll have to still watch that. Everyone watch Faulty Towers. What is your favorite movie? Or TV show?
No, I don't do TV. Movies are my favorite movie of all times is With Nail and I.
Wick, Nail, and I.
Yes, watch it.
I will. I have
Has
not seen that.
has an astounding damn soundtrack. But the film itself is magnificent, and read about it and read all the backstories on it.
It's an interesting creation that
Yes,
went into
it's
it.
an incredible creation. It's
Awesome.
watch it on a stormy night.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Cuddle up.
Yeah.
Some tea.
Nah,
No.
liquor and heroin.
Okay.
You
It's
can
that
leave
kind of movie,
you can
yeah.
leave the heroin aside, but the liquor is very important in the film.
If you like out there kind of artistic movies, I don't know if you've heard of The Holy Mountain.
No, but I saw something about it, and I was thinking about watching
You
it.
should watch it. You seem like the person that would understand it, because it seems like not many people get it, because it's about capitalism, it's about religion,
Yeah.
it's about drugs. It's
What
about,
I read about from the little blurbs I read, I thought, well, yeah, I have to put a plus by this one and catch it later.
Yeah.
The other movie that's one of my favorites is Johnny Depp and Dead Man.
Dead Man.
It was Robert Mitchum's last film.
Okay.
The soundtrack was all done in one take
Whoa.
by Neil Young watching the cut.
That sounds awesome.
It's like, it's,
What year was this?
man, I saw it in 96, but it came out before 96.
Crazy, I've never heard of that.
It's got everything. It's got psychedelic drugs. It's got longhouses, Native American longhouses from the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Was filmed in Joseph, Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, parts of it
awesome.
were filmed in Joseph, Oregon. It's got cannibalism. It's got it all. And it's Robert Mitchum's last.
So it sounds pretty artistic.
Yeah, it's Robert Mitchum's last film, and he was absolutely incredible in it.
That sounds awesome. I'll have to watch that. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't get married so much.
How many times have you been married?
Too many. I believe in marriage. I was of the generation that was taught marriage. You know.
And to breed.
No, I was pretty conservative about breeding. I did one and done.
And one and done.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I was too conservative about breeding that.
That's how I am too, I think.
I'm just, selfish.
Well, population control, right?
Well, that's what I thought about. I thought way back in 1985 there's not going to be enough room for us, and there's going to be shortages, and all this other shit's going to come rolling downhill.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, they're trying to kill off people any way they can. If you had the money, but you had to work still, what job would you do? Like if you had all the money in the world, but what would you do?
And I had the education behind the job.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be a cultural anthropologist studying textiles and how they were influenced by psychedelics across climate zones on the earth.
Brilliant. Yeah, due to like mushroom growth or.
Right. Mushrooms are the key.
Right.
You've got mushrooms growing in Indonesia. Mm-hmm. You go to Mexico, they got mushrooms growing. Look at the textiles. Look at the weaving patterns. They all do ikat, which is a very sophisticated weaving. The yarn is wrapped around your hands and then dip dyed. And little 8-year-old kids do this and create these incredible pieces of textile with totems and creatures and humans.
Right. That's a big thing with ayahuasca too. People always say that they see like a circus of animals surrounding them or telling them stuff or taking them away and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm very much into the study of psychedelics too.
And study and practice is important.
Yeah. Yep.
Study and practice is important.
My fiance is going to be a therapist, and she's debating whether to be a psychedelic therapist right now. So working with mushrooms and that kind of thing. So
I have to tell you, I wouldn't be the person I am today, or the parent I was, without the use of psychedelics, overcoming a lot of ego bullshit.
I mean, they say the Kuykendalls are the holy teachers. So it's like
I kind of
take things away from them.
I kind of believe that.
Yeah, like the best teacher.
Yeah.
They know exactly what you need to hear, whether it be good or bad or.
Yeah, and I grew up when there were still Native American roadshows going around, with cactus, with sacred cactus, and
I've never had any cactus.
Yeah, cactus.
Is it intense?
Depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. It's all set and setting, and what you're carrying up here in the suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
It seems like that's the general theme of psychedelics. Like some people I'm with have bad trips. I'm like, oh, was it a bad trip, or are you just like not okay with accepting your flaws?
Accepting what the ground issue was, what the baseline issue was. Yeah.
Totally. Let's see. If you want to tell the camera and the people at home one piece of advice that you would want them to take with them.
Be here now.
Be here now.
Yeah.
I like that.
Live in the present. Don't go behind you. Don't go in front of you.
It's beautiful. And did you enjoy this experience?
This is wonderful. You're a great guy. You're a good interviewer. And now you have to write down my email address so you can send me shit.
All right, we're recording there. Really?
We're a band. We just played here, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
That's fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You didn't know that?
No.
No, that's why
No.
this is awesome. And that's why I said yes too, because I was like, this is a man who's just working.
Yeah, dude. I'm just out here asking random people about random things. So.
Hell yeah.
We just played a concert here.
Ready?
just-
What do you guys play?
I play drums.
I play guitar.
I play bass.
Oh.
I also sing.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Really quick. What are your names and your ages?
My name is Alex, and I'm 23.
I'm Isaiah, and I'm 23, but a week older than him.
My name's Peter. I'm 23. I don't know where
the
I am.
youngest.
I'm the youngest. Yeah.
Okay.
We're all like a week apart, I think.
We're a month apart, but yeah.
One quirky fact about all you guys, or something that people might not know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in a band, and I do insurance.
Classic.
I mean, I guess I'm in a band. That's one thing. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that about you.
It's like, I don't know if I don't bring it up in conversation. I kind of like let people ask me at first because I don't know if it's like a flex or not to like bring that out. But yeah, I guess that's something some people might not know about me.
Spends
Yeah.
a lot of time.
What
What
about
about you?
Everything is weird about me as far as I know.
Okay.
all your stuff. Any hobbies? I guess that
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
What other hobbies?
Yeah,
do
do
you
you guys
have?
do anything else, or
I-
do you just focus on music?
I mostly music, I would say. Skateboarding. I love skateboarding, snowboarding, and surfing too. I guess that kind of life. And then
Yeah.
outside of that, reading is pretty cool, but I don't do that as much as I act like I do. So
Because all the other stuff takes up more time.
yeah. What about you?
I like to play music. I like to play guitar by myself. That's pretty much my main hobby.
Practice.
You got
Yeah.
plans?
got plans,
I do
dude.
love house
You-
plants.
Some people don't know they have hobbies.
That's a hobby.
Yeah.
That's a hobby.
My grandma inspired me to have a lot of house plants. I've always known her to have like 50 to 100 in her house, so I've always just loved it. And when I moved out, I wanted more plants, so I
Dude, I
just
think you're up
did,
to
and
like almost, what, 20,
I have like 21, I think.
22? Yeah.
My fiance is super into plants. We have about like 50 different
Yeah.
species in our house right now. And
Wow.
She tries to
That's
bring home more plants.
incredible.
I'm like, I can't build more shelves. I have no more space, man.
Oh, cool. You
Yeah.
build stuff?
Yeah, she gets it.
I don't know. I mean, music is definitely the main hobby, but I like to stay active, I guess. Bike ride.
Yeah, you do
That's
work
about
out.
it, basically. Like, I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, I used to do photography, but I don't do that anymore. So just like anything creative too. I love clothing. I would love to make clothing one day, but
Designer,
yeah,
Oh.
hasn't happened yet.
He
but-
didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We're gonna use your strengths.
Do you fear death?
Do I fear death? Honestly, personally, no. Like, I've accepted that it's coming. I'm open to talking about it anytime, too. So I'm one of the weird fucking people, I would say, that, like, I'm cool with dying. Like, you know what? I gave it my best shot. Like,
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Fearing death, no. I mean, once you've almost died multiple times and once you've seen someone die, it's just part of life. It's just the end of the beginning. Like,
Right.
it's not worth fearing.
People think about it as such like a abstract concept, but it's really like something that you know that's gonna happen, so you might as well take advantage of every second you have, because you don't know when something bad's gonna happen. So it's like, might as well do what you like until that happens, because it could happen at any time. So
Right.
yeah, like
Right. Do you consider yourself hunters or gatherers?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd like to think that I'm a hunter, and in some ways,
yeah.
you know, but I don't know. I'm vibing, bro. Like, I'm in the middle. Like, I wish I collected stuff. I don't really collect stuff. I just kind of like, I feel like life's like a sea, and then I'm just like surfing on it. You know, like
That's
that's.
beautiful.
I don't know. I'm vibing.
I'm definitely a gatherer. I like to collect things. I've always had too many shoes, too many clothes. And recently at work, I work for a restoration company and go through a lot of water losses or property losses. So I get a lot of
pretty
free
common,
shit
right?
from work. So I like to collect things that I just enjoy.
That's nice.
Like, I have my own taste and I like to gather resources to fit my needs.
Right. Yeah. I guess you consider networking and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
Gathering, people
Definitely.
gathering.
But it's like, what is the definition of both of those terms right now? So it's like,
Right.
I feel like you kind of have to just think about it in like
And
a
answer it.
theoretical way, anyways.
That's why I
but
made
like,
these questions up.
yeah, no, but it makes sense though. It's like, I don't know. I feel like a hunter is someone that like goes out and tries and finds new experiences, and then like a gatherer might be someone who just like is used to what they're in and then they know what they're gonna get. So it's like, I don't know for sure, but like I would say I'm probably like a mix of both because I can't stay still. I have to go do something, but then I also have to have what's familiar. So it's kind of like a mix of both.
like you said, a mix of the two.
Yeah.
I like your your analysis of that though. Yeah, because I feel like gatherers like do have to know their plants in the area. You can't go leave to a new plant area, and but hunters are all over the place. They're like,
and it's
we're
like
chasing.
because it's like you got to think of. I mean, it's like, do you? It's just in the context of now, because in the context of now, we're not like farming and stuff, and like that's our only form of sustenance. It's more like, I feel like
mentality.
Yeah, it's more mentality. We have like more options for what we can do. So it's like I would rather think about it in like the hunter way of like going out and finding new opportunities. But yeah, I don't know.
What do you guys think about garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes? Dude, I once watched a movie with actually 2 movies, because there's 2 of them, and I have a little sister. I ain't afraid of it. I definitely watched 2 movies with garden gnomes, and I would say that, like, I don't know, they kind of freak me out, but I feel like they probably do come alive when people ain't looking, because I swear I've seen some, like, not be in the same spot as they were before, and yeah.
Hopefully a deer just moved it or something.
Yeah, we're
like
hoping the deer picked it up. It got possessed and moved and then it stopped.
I am strongly anti-garden gnomes.
Whoa.
I dislike them.
Hot topic.
If you are a garden gnome, no.
You better watch out.
Yeah, they're just kind of like the old version of security cameras. They just like look at you, and like somehow you're supposed to like interpret them looking at you as a like deterrent of doing things.
Right.
Kind of like, yeah. And it's like
by the garden gnomes.
yeah,
and
it's
then,
like basically an
oh,
old security camera.
Right, I like that answer.
from
What are
experience.
two items besides food, water, or shelter that you would want on a desert island?
Ooh, that I'd want on a desert island. Bro, some steel drums.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably like a satellite. I don't know, some sort of satellite phone, just so I can make one phone call a day. Like, that'd be cool.
A
You
phone
know,
with 5 minutes on it.
just
I
wanna
like
talk
that,
to
like
somebody.
a
It's
little
like,
charge, little.
yeah, I got unlimited food. I got water. I got shelter. Like,
Right.
so I'm vibing, playing my steel drums, getting really good. Yeah.
Surfing.
Surfing. Yeah.
Like 2 items on a deserted island.
Yeah. Besides
Probably-
the essentials.
Like a cast iron pot or pan.
Don't worry about cooking or food or water
like-
or.
Probably
Yeah.
a nice acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Just strings.
Yeah.
Extra strings. There you go. Because they always break, and you're like, shit.
Yeah, no, that is right. It's probably a really dude bro answer, but like a toolbox. So like you could like feel like I want to build something, but like I probably will never. I'll never like actually do it because I'm lazy. But like looking at it will give me like the idea of the potential of doing something.
We can make him a
or
surfboard.
building something. Yeah, I can make you a surfboard. I could like.
Make an acoustic.
Yeah, I could make an
eventually.
acoustic. Yeah.
Be a luthier.
Yeah. Basically, so just like.
So we're getting stranded with
Maybe
this
like
guy.
a- maybe
He's
like a-
making us this
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, I'll make you.
And then while he's
Even though
playing,
Alex
playing
knows more.
I'm gonna change my answer to a generator and a saw.
Okay.
I
These
like
guys
that.
just
Yeah,
became
like-
So now you're
creators.
thinking outside the box here.
I'm
Yeah.
still vibing with my answer. I'm a simple guy. I got a shelter. I'm
If
good.
the time machine was invented, where would you go first?
Ooh.
Future or past?
I'm gonna let one of you guys answer first. So I can think on this one.
I would probably go to like the Middle Ages and be like well off enough that I'm not like dying like by the time I'm 30, but also like not too rich that I'm like a shitty like landlord or something for like the peasants. But like I just feel like that'd be so interesting to just be like in the Middle Ages and just experience society from like a different like not there's like no like I mean there's written history, yeah, but there isn't like all of the stuff that's happened in the past 1500 years. It's just like the most simple form of society.
Sure.
But like I don't know. I feel like that'd be interesting. I wouldn't be a peasant, but I'd be like somewhere.
I'd want to bring a gun back or something
Yeah.
just in case. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Right.
basically, yeah.
I'd go like 10 years in the future for a couple years,
There you go.
then come back and
That's
just
smart.
relive my life accordingly, I guess.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Plan stock market. Plan housing market. That kind of thing. Like, so, yeah.
That's
See a
smart.
new invention you could possibly bring back with you or something.
See,
the time machine, maybe.
I'm going back to 1980, and then like with the money I've got now,
Right.
and that way it's like not too much has changed. And then I also know
Women
like
still have rights.
about computers. Yeah, exactly. Women still, everybody still
Yeah,
got
everybody
rights,
still has
but
rights.
then help out, you know, with like any kind of movement like that's happening now, like maybe make some exposure now, you know, and then
Right.
like be that influencer, because like I don't know, I'd like to make a difference, but I also, you know, it's hard to talk about without making everybody uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's, and you know what, fuck them, because it's like I'm equality for everybody and anybody. It's like just
could be an
treat people
advocate
like
for that.
people.
You know.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then I don't know, like people like to put boxes on everybody, but it's like no one belongs in a box. We're all just vibing outside. So
Right.
let's help each other out. Yeah.
You go by vibes a lot. I like that.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel like I see auras. I'm like a weird.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I can vibe on that.
yeah.
Tell me your best joke.
Oh man. Okay. Hold on. Shit. I got a really good one, but maybe I don't.
Oh, I got a good one.
You got a good one?
Okay, Brennan was the drummer from the band that's playing right now. He was like talking about this band, Goose,
Okay.
and I was like, that must be the solo project of Geese. But, like,
That's pretty good.
like, just something stupid like that.
That's a good joke. You know, just a
it's
good
just like a
one-liner. Yeah.
cheesy joke.
Yeah. I like it.
Why can't you catch diarrhea?
Oh God, why?
Because it's running down your pant leg. Yeah, that's my joke.
I like it. I like it. It's good effort, you know. A-
I
A
have
for
no
effort.
jokes.
I have no clue.
You have no jokes.
No jokes.
What did?
That's
How
okay.
much does a polar bear weigh?
How much?
Enough to break the ice.
Oh,
Dude, that's a classic.
there we go.
That's-
Yeah.
Dude, you're hitting the classic.
See, I read the book. Yeah.
All right. What advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self. Learn what it is to love yourself, and also just don't be afraid of hard work. Like,
Yeah, that's the biggest. Yeah, I would definitely tell myself, don't waste time, because as soon as you get used to wasting time, then you find yourself in a hole, and it's better to pay it forward and do it first before anyone says anything, or you just like take care of it yourself than like waiting for something to happen. So it's like hard work is worth it. It sucks, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Big time. Like,
Love and define yourself.
yeah. Okay, I'm probably gonna dip out. Thank you very much for this.
Dude,
He's
what's
got
your name?
homework.
Peter.
Peter. Nice to meet you, Peter.
Yeah.
I'll give one of them the number so
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
watch it afterward.
Yeah, no, this was awesome.
Yeah.
Man. We should work together again soon sometime.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys do music, I don't know if you guys do shows or something. I could record you doing a show
You
or
should
something
come.
like that.
Super down.
We're gonna play next week at Bombs Away, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
See if the Millers
I'll
on
get one of your
Instagram.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This
Have a good night, man.
Yeah. Peace out, dude.
Peace out.
Okay.
And then there were two.
And then there were two. One of y'all's gonna leave. Just me one and one.
Right?
We're almost done here. We're down like the last 3 questions. So,
Cool deal.
what actor would play you in a movie about yourself?
Ooh, you know, this is like very, this is always egotistical, no matter the answer.
yeah,
like, but you
that's
know,
the point, yeah.
I'm gonna hope that either Will Ferrell or Ryan Reynolds would play me, because either I want them to like make fun of my character, like the fuck, or like just be like this super action oriented, because of my past, and then like I don't know, like both could do really well in making that a really good movie. I think.
Keanu Reeves, bro.
Yeah.
He's the man. I love Keanu Reeves. He's cool as fuck.
He's gonna see this and he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Dude, love. I even
right.
bought the video game.
Tell this camera what you want the people at home to know. Any wisdom,
Any
or
wisdom?
or yeah, anything like that. Tell them about your band.
What's that?
Tell them about your band too.
Oh yeah.
That and any wisdom or advice you want them to take home.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, if I had, well, first self-advertising, because apparently that's a cool thing. We're in a band. There's also the previous guy who was right here, tall dude. We're in Skip the Millers. We play in a Corvallis, Oregon band. We travel. And then it's skip.the.millers at Instagram. And then for me, wisdom, I don't think I'm that wise. But if I had something to advise, it's, hey, you know, you're important, but so is your best friend. And if you're doing something to people that your best friend wouldn't approve of, then, you know, you should maybe change what you're doing. Like, I feel like people can be about themselves, and it's important to love themselves, but people need to pay attention more about what their actions might do to somebody else. And that would be the amount of wisdom I have, is just think, you know, about that for maybe 1 second a night, and then maybe your lives will improve.
I like that.
This man Cameron asked what wisdom is, and to me, I guess wisdom is consideration, wisdom is passion, wisdom is love, wisdom is just expression, like just applying oneself in every facet of life is wisdom to me, I guess, in the whole grand scheme of things. I feel on the spot trying to answer this, but I enjoy these questions. Yeah.
I like that answer.
We are in Skip the Millers. Hi Ireland. Hi Sydney. Yeah.
And just one last question.
I don't know what else to say.
Did you enjoy this experience?
I did
Was it
enjoy
fun?
this experience.
I had fun, yeah.
Good.
I mean, I don't know. It was a good time.
Was
Good
it?
questions.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, I'm sure, but.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
This is practice when you get rich and famous.
Right? Doors open, and then, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'll take opportunities where I see that there'd be no harm. And so,
Right.
yeah.
I dig it.
So-
Okay, well, that's it. We'll turn this off. You guys want $5 for your time?
You want $5?
No. Yeah, I've been giving 5 people. No, for you.
I mean,
No,
if you got this.
no, we'll trade 5. No, I don't want my money. I'm giving it to you for being my. I don't want your money.
Take my money.
Take it.
Take my money.
I got your beautiful face already. I don't want your money.
I will not say no to $5.
You won't? Perfect.
Oh my god, there's $5 on the floor. You should grab that.
Oh, look.
I'm not taking that. Because I'm. Where's it go? Yeah, you can give it to whoever you want to give it to, right?
I mean, yeah,
You're paying
you got it
people?
ready to give
Yeah, they're
it away.
actors. Hello.
Do
you want $5?
I'm testing out my mic here, depending.
You could.
I don't know if you can see me here. Hello. This is test 1, looking straight forward, talking into the air. Lav mic there. This is lav mic here. Lav mic here.